Welcome to another edition of Judgment Day, where we judge people online, which is basically what online exists for. It's me, Matt Rebar, joined by our jury. We got Logan Molnar and Raina Butel on the call today. How we doing?
Doing great.
Good. Glad to be back.
So good. Glad to be back
We've
from
missed
Wisconsin.
you, Raina.
All right, let's jump into this one. So season 1, Am I the Asshole thread. This is the situation. Am I the asshole for making my husband and kids leave the house for the weekend? Oh. So she kicked everyone out for the weekend. She wants to know she's the asshole. Let's take a looky-loo. I, 30-year-old female, have been married to my hubby, 34 male, for 7 years now. We have 2 kids, ages 5 and 8. Hubby and I both have advanced degrees and work in healthcare, but I'm the breadwinner for the family. This past Monday, I offered to pay for a trip for him and the kids because I really wanted to have the house to myself for a weekend. Well, me and a couple of girlfriends, we all pitched in to have a couple manicurists come over for the day. Really, it's a girls' weekend. We live in Florida, so I paid for the 3 of them to go to Disney. Food, fast passes, rooms, etc. were all included in this deal. Hubby tells me that I'm selfish for wanting the house to myself and that the trip is geared more towards the kids, so what is he supposed to do? I told him the Disney thing wasn't set in stone, so if he wants to pick somewhere else, that's fine. He suggested they spend the weekend in North Carolina at the Outer Banks, and that really pissed me off because we were planning on spending a week there in October because neither of us had been there. I told him we were already planning a trip to go there, and I'd rather we just all go the first time together. At this point, he's annoyed and tells me to just buy the effing Disney tickets and be done with it. So that happened. I thought I was being generous with my deal, but apparently hubby thinks I'm being unaccommodating. This isn't the first time we've had spats like this over trips either. All right, what do we think?
I would love to be in a position financially where I could be like, "Oh, we have arguments over vacations all the time. Like, first world problem here, but we got to figure out if one of them's an a-hole. So just throwing that out there.
I think it's wild that, number one, regardless of where they go, he thinks that it's selfish that she wants alone time.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone deserves alone time, you know? It's regardless if that's from your kids, from your husband, from your roommate, from whoever. It's nice to be by yourself every once in a while or like switch up the routine and be with other people. Mm-hmm. So for him to be calling her selfish, especially when she's offering to pay for all of it. She's not like, hey, figure it out, you know? She's like, here's what's happening. Mm-hmm. It's all paid for. Have fun. I don't know. That's insane to me.
I have to agree with Raina too. Like the fact that it's like, oh, darling, I simply can't do Disneyland with the kids. That is such privileged problems for sure. But then two, like, okay, if the concept is I'm taking a 5 and an 8-year-old somewhere, isn't Disney World a great option if it's in the backyard? I mean, he's like, well, it's geared towards the kids, but you're a dad. Like you signed up to do dad things. Like, I don't know. I mean, could you go to the Outer Banks with kids? Absolutely. You probably could go anywhere. I mean, if you want to go to Las Vegas with kids, that's fine. But like, you know, how are you going to do adult stuff if it's you and the kids? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you go to Vegas and you're like, I'm going to go gamble, kids stay in the room, unless you're a bad father. The part that really kind of irks my gears is kind of, it feels like she just sprung this on him. It was like, here, you go to Disney and I will enjoy the house. I am the breadwinner. And it's like, can you guys not like talk? Can you guys not be like, okay, you get this weekend and then I'll do a weekend next month with the kids? Like, I feel like the communication and the assumption is here, you know, just because you've been married to someone for 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, or 7 days, or dating someone for 3 weeks, it's communication. Talk to someone. Say, I would like the house for a 3-day weekend. I'm having girls over. You and the kids, can you guys go do something? You know, and at that point, if he's like, well, no, then he's in the wrong for sure. But I don't love the assumption. I think it's a little assumptive, personally.
That's fair.
Yeah, I definitely interpreted it as, I mean, like, I definitely agree with all of that. But I also interpreted the part of the dad kind of like, hey, you know, maybe I could have an opinion here. And she's like, nope, it's Disney. I already wrote the check. So
she did say, to be fair, she said because he countered with Outer Banks, and she said, well, we were all supposed to do that together in October. She says, I told him we are already planning.
What is Outer Banks?
What is it? North Carolina.
Is it like a beach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then here's the line. I told him the Disney
like a Myrtle Beach kind of deal.
I told him Disney wasn't set in stone, so if he wants to pick somewhere else, that's fine. So it wasn't like you must do this,
That's true.
but it wasn't exactly like, you know what I mean? It was kind of.
Yeah, I'm going to defend her real quick. I know nothing about her, but maybe she knows that, he's not a huge planner. Because, like, she's saying, hey, in October, we're already planning the Outer Banks. So she probably planned that one as well. So maybe she's just trying to help and just say, hey, look, I did it all for you. But if you don't like it, you can choose somewhere else, But I don't just, if you have plans with someone to do something at a later date and they do it, that is really upsetting. So the fact that he knows about their plans to go to the Outer Banks and he's like, but I want to go there now.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of being spiteful to her in a way. So yeah, it's for me. I know I have a judgment already. I don't know if you guys are at that point, or if you want to talk it out a little bit more in the jury room.
I have my decision, I think.
I just feel like if dad doesn't want a dad, then yeah, dad's an a-hole. But if mom is really like hell-bent on like planning this person's trip, even kind of just on the basis of I'll make the decision for it. You can pick a place, but I'll make the decision, the executive decisions. I wouldn't personally like that. I'm really on the fence here. I need you two to go first because I need to make my decision.
I think everyone sucks here. I think she was a little too presumptuous with just being like, here's the Disney passes. And I think his response with the Outer Banks, and then also his response of like, oh, like, I don't want to go on a vacation just for the kids. Like, but what? Like, that part was confusing to me. I think she should have been better with communication. I think he needs to like calm down a little bit. So I would say everyone sucks here personally.
I'm going not the asshole. Imagine if someone said, hey, I just need a quick little breather. Like, I've been stressed and I just want to hang out with my friends. Here is a planned trip to Disney. Go hang out with our kids. Like, go have the best time of your life. Good luck. Everything's paid for. And you complain about that? Oh my gosh.
Like, would you? Okay, here's the thing. If I like, let's say we were a couple in some dimension, and I came home every day, I just dream it. And I came home and I was like, here's a Kia in the driveway. It's your new Kia that I bought you. Like, isn't that presumptuous? Isn't that like I appreciate
that's a car. Thank you so much. I appreciate you buying me a car.
I think most people would be like, I want to talk about that. That's a big thing to plan. Like Disney, I don't know how much she spent. I'm betting it was a $5,000 package, right? I mean, multiple days. Probably. You had the hotel, you got the food, she said it's all covered.
But I mean, a car's a little different because that's like a pay commitment, like keep paying until you die or until it dies. Sorry. But Disney, it's just here.
Again, though, it's one thing to be like, I will pay for you to go to Disney versus I have already booked and paid for you to go to Disney. You're going to Disney. Two different ways, two big different ways. It's not the act per se. It's just how she went around the act, right?
That's
for
fair.
me. But Raina, do you have a judgment?
Literally, the only thing I can like see like flashing in front of my eyes is like we spat over vacations all the time.
Yeah.
So I just feel like everyone sucks here on the basis of like, you guys need to figure it out. Like, you guys argue about vacations. Like,
they have tons of privilege.
Figure it out. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do think everybody sucks here, though. I definitely agree with the car thing. With like, I'm gonna talk about this. I don't feel like the dad has a real issue with the girls' time. He might, but that doesn't seem like her issue either. Like that is, like that doesn't seem like the wife's focus. But I feel like everyone kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Really bad. But yeah.
So I don't know if this has ever happened before, but all three of us are wrong. The thread said, you're the asshole, honey.
What?
That
Oh
has
my
never
God.
happened.
Top one, you're the asshole. You just told your husband what he'll be doing with the children without any input from him and expected him to be happy. Of course he's not. Second top comment, you're the asshole. You basically sent him away from his own home with the kids. Imagine if the roles were reversed and he sent you away with the kids when you didn't want to go so you could have the guys around. Move your girls' weekend to a fancy hotel. And if your hubby decides to take the kids away from the weekend, that's his choice, not your demand. The third top comment, you're the asshole. Taking 2 kids to Disney for the weekend isn't vacation for him. It's exhausting. If you want to have a girl's weekend, you should be the one going somewhere, not him. You kick him out of his own house and you complain because of where he wants to go. You're being extraordinarily selfish here. You don't even seem to care about anyone else's desires or needs except your own. And the fourth one is YTA. The fifth one is YTA. The sixth top comment is YTA. 7 is YTA. The ninth one, it says info. Do you usually treat your husband like he's one of your children? 10 is YTA. 11, I mean, they are very heavy. You're the asshole here.
Well, I still don't think she's an asshole. So if anyone wants to give me a trip to Disney or a Kia, please feel free because I will gladly accept it. I will literally leave for Disney.
The thread doesn't seem like the thread's not saying you're the asshole for wanting space. It's more about like assuming and like going about it. And it's that part makes her the asshole. So
I do get that. I'm not trying to be completely blind to that.
I think I definitely see that in her, but I think he was kind of being a little difficult too.
I also think the thread saying, oh, well, a trip to Disney isn't a vacation. Like, you still have to be with the kids. He's a dad. He's always going to have kids and stuff. It's like, no shit. Like, that's what he chose, you know?
Yeah. Like, if you didn't want kids on your vacation, then you shouldn't have had kids. But that's a whole nother discussion that no one's ready for. So, all right. Well, what an excellent judgment today, you guys. And we'll be back next time with more judginess. So until then, peace out.
Judgment Day is a podcast by Starvolt Studios. Judgment Day is executively produced by Matt Rebar, Logan Molnar, and Raina Butel. For more awesome content, just go to starvoltstudios.com or on their Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter page.